I love how they took a picture of the announcers with Excalibur back, which is a whole other story, but whatever.
Which is weird because he wasn't on Dynamite this week, but he'll be back next week, I think.
Yes, he's already he's on next week. They've already recorded it, so he is on next week. But it's like you got the three of them all smiling, and then JR just looks pissed. Take the fucking picture.
Oh, the Tope Suicida guy's back.
Yo, Excalibur. I don't know why they call him Caliber. Is this some kind of is that a gun reference? He's the Excalibur. Is that a 45 caliber?
That's the JR sound effect now.
Buy some barbecue sauce.
That mask could use some barbecue.
I don't know why they filled that up with that there mimosa. When I got gallons of this barbecue, I could get them wholesale.
Why isn't that a thing? Oh my God, that would be awesome. Oh.
fucking JR. I just love him.
That would be better than a mimosa Madden. What is it?
It's isn't it
magenta just mimosa? It was like a mimosa. It's two M words match.
I think it's mimosa.
Mimosa
match,
mayhem.
Oh yeah, mimosa mayhem.
Yeah,
or something. It's not good.
Yeah, no, it's. I'm interested to see what comes from it. That's definitely for sure. Like, it's so shitty. They have to know it's shitty, right?
You know,
they are snide and
it is, but I hope he realized. Like, honestly, when I first heard him say it, I really thought it was a rib. And like they were gonna like something was gonna happen. And like, I really thought it was a rib, but it's like no, I think they're really going through with it.
It's real.
It seems like
real. He had a video package for it this week and everything.
That's just.
I love that it can only be won by pinfall submission or going into the vat. So I'm hoping the vat's just there.
Yeah, but to be fair, I mean, if you're gonna have some kind of weird stipulation match like this, why not only if you throw them into it?
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
That's why I think it's weird that it's pinfall submission or going into the vat.
Yeah, that just doesn't even make sense. So.
No, it's very strange.
What would be better is if they just got like if they could somehow get like big troughs or something and just fill the like a lumberjack match, but with in the ring, like the ring surrounded by pools of mimosa. And so awesome. You basically just had to throw them out of the ring. You know what I mean? Like I don't know. It sounds better than what they have planned, but I don't know.
Ooh, and the Casino Battle Royale is shaping up to be faction warfare this year as well. Eddie Kingston's group, all 5 members of Eddie Kingston's group are in.
I'm excited for that.
Yeah.
That faction. They're really getting into their factions in AEW, and I'm a faction guy. I dig that.
Mm-hmm.
I grew up in the 80s, 90s when factions were a thing, and I think they could use more factions in every wrestling promotion. So I like AEW. And Kingston's group is my favorite right now.
Fuck,
I think they're badass.
Butcher and the Blade are kind of a weird addition to that group, but I think it's
I think
cool
they can make it work.
Yeah.
You know, you got the Lucha Bros, which are just damn amazing.
Yes.
And Eddie Kingston, who's an old school guy, and, you know, he can be hardcore. He can wrestle. He's a former champion. He's been around for decades.
There's 5 people in that group. It's a death pentagon.
There you go.
Yes.
I like it. What's this, some sort of...
Death Triangle didn't go very far.
What's that thing look like? It's some sort of 5-pointed coin. They call it a star.
But I think that's going to be a really interesting... I don't think I've seen a faction-oriented battle royal with multiple factions having members in. I think it's going to make... the way it's shaping up, it's going to be all factions and tag teams. So that's going to be...
But is it going to be every man for themselves, or is it going to be the teams?
It's every man for themselves, but of course the teams are going to work together. Only one person can win, but... You know, everybody's going to be working to put their leader over.
Yeah. But they've had tag team battle royals in the past and stuff like that. That's not new, but interesting.
Yes.
Then you had War Games, which was all factions together. It wasn't an over-the-top battle royal, but I'm actually coming up on War Games 98 on my old retro watching.
Wow, that's a lot of War Games.
I've been jumping around all over. I've been having fun watching a lot. I watched a lot of old wrestling. I've really gotten back into that. Oh, plus WWE. I'm gonna plug WWE Network one more time before we maybe get going into this episode. But they've added more. They've added more indie stuff onto there. Some more Progress. Some more ICW. Some WXW. So if you didn't last week after I was promoting the shit out of it, go on to WWE Network and catch some of this indie stuff and see some of the people that you're gonna see in WWE in the future. People, watch some of the old ones that have the guys from the past.
There's got to be some Darby Allin on there, huh? From his time in Evolve.
Like I said, most of the stuff that isn't a best of is all the newer stuff, like from 2019 and 2020.
Okay.
So I don't know. I haven't got a chance to go back and watch a lot of it, to be honest. Hell, I watched an old match from 1930 something? I watched an old George Hackenschmidt match. I've been really watching some of the old shit. So I also got my son to watch
old shit. I
also got my son to watch some of Charlie Chaplin's The Kid with me.
Nice. No, I remember when the WWE Network first came out, I tried to go back and start watching like WCW at the beginning of Nitro or Raw at the beginning and watch it through. But like wrestling is such a huge machine that's constantly moving forward. I can't just sit and watch old shit because there's always new shit I should be watching.
Yeah.
And that's where I fall. Like I'll watch new shit.
But I like it because it's very different. So if you want to watch some different stuff,
I definitely
I
get that. It's got to be very interesting.
You get to respect some of the stuff, when you watch matches where a guy can put on a hold for 4 or 5 minutes, but it's actually entertaining. Like you're feeling it and they're really milking it, and you're just like, God, I didn't think somebody
and then
could
start milking it, and then you're
exactly.
milking it together.
Exactly. It's good stuff.
Good stuff. Hey, Fat Mac.
Yes.
Why don't you take us back in time for this week in pro wrestling history?
Well, I'll tell you what, we're talking about going back in time, and this one, we're going back 32 years, Pasty. 32 years tomorrow, August 29th. And we just watched 2020 SummerSlam. Well, this was the very first WWF SummerSlam. It originated from Madison Square Garden. There was about 20,000 fans in attendance, with about 400,000 watching on pay-per-view. SummerSlam would air on the last Monday in August for each of the first 7 years, including 92's edition, which was actually taped 2 days earlier on the Saturday. So that was a little different back then. The matches on this card, we've seen the British Bulldogs, Davey Boy Smith and Dynamite Kid, fought the Fabulous Rougeaus, Jacques and Raymond, to a 20-minute time limit draw to start things out. That's a good way to start a pay-per-view right there. Those four can go. Bad News Brown defeated Ken Patera. Rick Rude defeated JYD, the Junkyard Dog. We've seen the Powers of Pain, whose Barbarian and Warlord, defeat the Bolsheviks, Boris Zukov and Nikolai Volkov. The Ultimate Warrior defeated Honky Tonk Man in 31 seconds to win the WWF Intercontinental Championship.
His longest match ever.
Oh, it was awesome. Dino Bravo defeated Don Morocco. Demolition defeated the Hart Foundation to retain the WWF Tag Team Championship. Big Boss Man beat Coco Beware. Frankie wasn't there to help him that time. Jake Roberts defeated Hercules Hernandez. In the main event scene, the Mega Powers, Hulk Hogan and Randy Savage, beat the Mega Bucks team of Ted DiBiase and Andre the Giant. And in this match, Jesse the Body Ventura was a special guest referee.
Nice.
Loaded card. SummerSlam, this was their second pay-per-view. They had WrestleMania and then they had SummerSlam. So,
did the world ever get a Ultimate Warrior Goldberg match?
No.
How sad.
No.
That'd be the fastest match in the history of time, and it would get like 7 stars.
I don't know how you would do it because neither one can sell, you know.
Yeah, they just both do their finishers, pop up, and walk out.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
I'm at the Warrior era of WCW right now, and as I'm watching that in succession, and yeah, that's a bad time for Warrior. Warrior was never good, but he was super entertaining in the 80s.
Yeah.
You know, he wasn't good, but I can still go back, watch his matches, and I love him. I'm entertained. I'm glued.
I feel bad. Strata's dad, Ultimate Warrior, is his favorite, and I'm just like, why?
Oh, because he's one of the most entertaining wrestlers ever. You know, The Rock sucks at wrestling, but he's one of the most entertaining ever.
No,
I'd say he's better than Warrior, but anybody who's ever seen
anybody
him try
who
to
can
put
get
on a
over an
sharpshooter,
elbow drop is good in my eyes.
Yeah. But yeah, so I guess that was your SummerSlam history lesson. And before we get into SummerSlam, I suppose we should talk about NXT Takeover Triple X.
Oh boy, it's so good. I can't wait to talk about it.
Yeah.
So we started with the pre-show, which I didn't catch.
I didn't either.
It was a 3-way number 1 contender tag team match for the number 1 contender for the tag team championship. You know, WWE likes their long-winded titles. I just figured I'd throw that on there.
Just do it.
And we saw my boys, Breezango, defeat Oni Lorcan and Danny Burch and Legado del Fantasma.
Good for them. I'm super stoked that they won.
Yes.
You went with your heart, Pasty.
I did, and it worked, and it saved my ass, right? I won this weekend. No.
Oh, yeah, you don't get points for the pre-show. You would have won had you got points for pre-show.
Yeah. Then we started the main card. Actually, do you want to do it?
We got Finn Balor defeating Timothy Thatcher in a match that I think Pasty and I don't quite agree on.
I mean, if what you want to start your show is a real slow mat classic from Finn Balor, that wasn't what I was anticipating, but they're both good at what they do. No, honestly, it was a good match, but in the wrong placement, and I think this set a bad pace and a bad omen for the rest of the show to follow.
I don't agree. I will say, if I was booking it, I would have swapped this in the ladder match.
Yeah.
I would have had the ladder match go on first and then have this match. You
ramp people up and then you slow it down. You don't start slow ever. That's stupid. That's
where I disagree, though. I very much don't think this started slow. I thought it was going to be a conflict of styles, but they went into this and Finn Balor... Well, Timothy Thatcher brought out Finn Balor's wrestler. I mean, this was a catch-as-catch-can from the beginning. Thatcher, of course, is one of the best. Him and Matt Riddle, probably two of the best wrestlers there. But he put on a clinic. He was using holds. He punished every part of Balor's body. It was very old school. But Balor came back, and he actually he kept it on the mat, and he kind of fought Thatcher's style. And it wasn't until... I think he missed a coup de grace, and he kind of tweaked his left knee, I think it was. And then Thatcher worked over the knee, and it's, we were just talking about old school wrestling. This is the kind of stuff I love. And I was into this. I was super stoked from it, and I felt super excited by the end. I personally would have gave him maybe 2 more minutes, get him just over 15, but 13 minutes is solid, especially since... Honestly, more fans are probably looking at it the way you did than I did. So
yeah.
They could even maybe have shaved some out.
8 to 10 minutes would have been good.
Probably for your average fan, but I loved this. I gave this an A-.
I understand and I respect catch can wrestling. I just think it's more of a middle of the show kind of thing. I would have swapped it with Cole McAfee and started with that instead. Really subvert people's expectations right off the bat rather than.
Yeah, but that was a slower match.
I don't know. I thought it was. I guess I wasn't paying attention to the pacing of the match because I was just like, "Holy shit, this guy can do what? What he did that? What?"
Right.
But like I said, I'm not trying to take anything away from Balor and Thatcher. I thought it was a good